I miss having a dog. I'm not going to get one, like lifestyle wise. With streaming, the hours that I stream, I would not do right by a dog. Maybe if I had like a fat golden retriever that didn't want to go outside, like a Labrador, right? That just wants to lay there. Maybe I could do right by that dog, but you know, I'd really only be able to like take the dog out in the morning and then that's it. And living in the city, you have to like, you got to go out with them, you know? You can't just let your dog out and be like, yep, go poop in the street unwatched. Like, you can't really do that. So, you know, maybe someday, but probably not likely. I really like having cats now. Low maintenance pets now? Yeah, I have two cats. They're great. They hang out. They sleep a lot. So they choose to line up a lot of their sleep with when I'm streaming because they know I'll be around the other times when they're awake. So they move a lot of their sleep to when I'm streaming. So I don't have to worry about leaving them alone for long periods because they just hang out. And then, you know, they wake up in the middle of it occasionally a little bit. They play with each other because I've got two. So they're chilling and I don't have to take them outside or do anything that like, you know, I can't really do easily. A bulldog would be a good fit for you. Oh, I like bulldogs. I like any damn dog. The thing is, I'm not going to be like, let me go get a breed that's the right fit for me. I would go to a shelter and take whatever the they have that I like, that seems okay. Which is always a risk, you know, in what type of dog you're getting because you don't quite know what they're mixed with and you can make a lot of guesses, but you don't really know. You just have to watch their behavior and that's what you get. Which is what I did with my old dog. I got her. She was a nondescript looking puppy, some sort of mutt, and could not tell. And then as she grew up, I was like, holy shit, she's got a lot of border collie in her. And you know, she looked like one, she acted like one. She was, you know, and I said, oh, and then I had to adapt to that. But I did not choose her going, I would love a dog that needs to work all the time. Yeah, you know, I didn't know it or think that that's what I was getting necessarily. I just said, well, we'll see. It's the dog gotcha. It is what it is. Once they're healthier usually though. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say all breeders are evil. You know, there are a lot of ones that do really good work, but I'm a fan of going to a shelter and getting some mutt of some sort and just dealing with that, you know? Yeah, I feel you real. German Shepherds are just so, they need a lot and you need to do a lot of things with them. You can't just let them outside and be like, go have fun. And then they just have fun. They need you as well to be doing that stuff with them. They're great if you like hiking, if you like going on runs, all of that kind of stuff. They're excellent, but yeah, they need a lot. I mean, my dog was kind of like that. She would have her moments where she would get a little lazy at home. She wasn't the worst with it, but she also wasn't 100% border collie, right? She was a little calmed down, but she needed to feel like she was able to do work. And she would get up and be like, and start getting anxious and she started like looking for something to bite or you know, and I'd hide toys around. Every day I would place a bunch of things in a bunch of spots that she knew the names of. And I'd be like, can you go find this? And she'd go look for it and find the thing and bring it to me. And then I'd be like, oh my God, you found the thing. And she'd be like, yeah, you know. And then I'd like throw it around for a bit and you know, give her some tasks and stuff. I got used to pacing. I would pace a lot because she really enjoyed walking with me. It's a herding breed. So I would be reading something or doing something and I would just pace around in this one room that I had where I could kind of make like a big circle and I would have her move with me and I would just stop occasionally and then keep walking and then stop occasionally and then keep walking. And I would just do this as I was doing my stuff. And she was walking with me and she'd like sit, she'd heel. Right, as I do that. And then I start walking in and she'd walk with me and I was training her to keep her head like right next to my leg, that kind of stuff. And so even if she was well trained, she already knew what to do, she could just do that for hours. She could just walk around and be like, oh, I'm standing next to you for hours and feel like she's really getting something done. So I got really used to pacing around everywhere because it gave her something to do. It definitely took up a bit of my time, but she was a lot. But she was very nice and I liked her a lot. And she wasn't 100% anxious and needy all the time. She had a little calmness to her too. So she wasn't too bad. I liked working with her. But I make sure when I could to really like take her out, you know? There's this German Shepherd at your job. Doesn't really listen to his mom when she tells him to sit because she says it so quietly. So when you walked up to him with his leash in both hands, you told him sternly to sit and the mom was very surprised. I know. Because dogs respond to authority. That's all it is. So if you say in an authoritative voice, down, and you don't let the dog have its way ever, it will understand you are an authority figure and it won't be crazy. But then, yeah, a lot of dog owners will just kind of like let their dog walk all over them. And it's hard to undo that once you let it start. They don't realize that either. So that shit's tough. You gotta start and stay consistent with it. I wonder if owners fear their own dogs sometimes. Yeah, but it's like the same thing with parents and their kids too. Like kid is freaking out and they just give him an iPad instead of sitting down with them and addressing what's bothering them, figuring out why is this kid frustrated? What do they need? How can I help them through this thing when they're having a tantrum, right? People just take the easy route all the time. They don't want to do anything hard, but then they're like, I still want a kid and or dog though. They don't really. They want like parts of it, but not all of it, you know? So there's a lot of bad dog owners out there, but there's also a lot of bad parents out there, you know? It's very prevalent. Dog tip. This is from someone who works with dogs. Confirmed. Hold the leash in both hands. If you have a dog over 30 pounds, you have no business having a shitty retractable leash. It's true. I have seen so many times people with they're like, my cute pitty mix that I just adopted. And it's like this big muscular dog. They have a shitty retractable leash that they're holding in one hand. Okay. And then the dog pulls one time and they drop the leash and they're like, oh, he's so crazy. And I'm like, this is not funny or cute at all. Like, this is just your dog could be very nice and make one little mistake because it doesn't know its strength and like take somebody out, you know, take somebody out. God forbid a kid. People are so lazy with it. I feel like you should have to get a license to have a dog. People would be so pissed if that were the case. But I'm one of those people. I feel like you should have to have a license to have any pet and you should be able to demonstrate understanding and something. And then if you don't have that license, it can be retracted. If you don't have that license and you're seen out walking a dog, I don't know, man. That's just me. You do have to do dog training in Germany. Yeah, well, it's really hard to do that in the US of A, where it's really big. There's a lot of people. It's hard to implement anything on that wide of a scale, but I feel like the States could do it. I don't know. At the very least, take a class about dog training. Yeah. I mean, it should be like getting your driver's license. Take a little test. Maybe there's no practical exam. Maybe it's just take a little written test and you sign a form saying like, I understand I'm supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then you do that and then you jack up the fines if they f up, you know? I don't think someone should like have their dog attack somebody and like not have any issue. They shouldn't be like, yay, and then nothing changes in their life. They should get got, you know? I mean, people will not put the effort in, take them to get socialized, and it acts like an asshole, then get offended when we kick the dog out of daycare or recommend training. Yeah. Dude, they do it with the dog parks in the city. You can get blacklisted from dog parks if your dog is aggressive, if it's not well trained, whatever. A lot of the dogs in the city are really good because they have to be around people all the time. You cannot take your dog out and not have it be around people because there are people everywhere, right? So a lot of the dogs are fairly well socialized and at least pretty calm. But yeah, you can get blacklisted from dog parks. So if you're on that blacklist and you're seen around, everyone will report your ass. Everyone will know. In your neighborhood, all the regulars of those dog parks, they will know, they will report your ass, and you will get got. And it's really nice. People are very vigilant.